The wisdom of Buddha is as vast as the vast ocean, and its essence is all compassion. Buddha has no form, but manifests himself in kindness and guides us with his compassionate heart. The last teaching of Buddha, Shakyamuni Buddha. Staying in Kushinagar in the grove of shala trees, Buddha gave his last teachings to his disciples, saying to them,
"Make yourselves a light. Rely on yourselves. Depend on no one else. Make my teachings your light, trust in them, and depend on no other teaching. Consider your body, think of its impurity. Knowing that pain and pleasure are causes of suffering, how can you condone their desires? Consider your heart, think of its fickleness. How can you fall into delusion and feed pride and selfishness, knowing that everything ends in inevitable suffering? Consider all substances. Can you find any lasting I in them? Are they not an aggregate that will sooner or later break into pieces and be scattered? Do not be disconcerted by the universality of suffering. Follow my teachings even after my death, and you will be free from suffering. Do this, and you will truly be my disciples." Dear disciples, the teachings I give you should never be forgotten or abandoned. They should always be treasured, meditated upon, and practiced. If you follow these teachings, you will always be happy. The purpose of these teachings is to control your own mind. Abandon greed and keep your body intact and your mind pure, and your words will be the words of truth. If you never forget the transitory nature of life, you will be able to resist greed and anger, and you will also be able to avoid all evils. If your mind is seduced and ensnared by greed, you must master and control temptation. Be master of your own mind. A man's mind can make him a Buddha or a beast. Corrupted by error, it becomes a demon. Enlightened, it becomes a Buddha. Therefore control your own mind, and do not let it lead you astray from the right path. With these teachings, you should respect one another and refrain from quarreling. You should not, like water and oil, repel one another. Rather, like milk and water, combine together. Study together, learn together, and practice these teachings together. Do not waste your mind and time in hatred and discord. Enjoy the flowers of enlightenment when they present themselves to you, and reap the fruits of this right path. The teachings I have given you, I have acquired by myself, by following the path of enlightenment. You must therefore follow them and submit to their essence whenever it presents itself to you, and reap the fruits of this right path. If you neglect them, it is because you have never really found me. This means that you are far from me, even though you are with me. But if you accept and practice my teachings, then you are very close to me, even though you are far away. Dear disciples, my end is approaching, our farewell is imminent, but do not grieve. Life is ever changing, and therefore no one can escape the dissolution of the body. This transience I will now demonstrate by my own death, by my body falling to pieces like a rotten cart. Do not lament uselessly, but marvel at the principle of transience and learn from it the emptiness of human life. Do not entertain vain desires that changeable things become immutable. The demon of worldly passions is always trying to deceive your minds. If a viper lives in your room, you will not be able to sleep peacefully unless you expel it. You must break the bonds of worldly passions and expel them, just as you expel the viper. You must undoubtedly protect your heart. My disciples, my final moment has come, but do not forget that death is only the disappearance of the physical body. This body is born of parents and is sustained by food, and therefore illness and death are inevitable for it. Consider this fact: Buddha is not a physical body, he is enlightenment. The physical body perishes, but enlightenment will abide forever in the truth of Dharma and its practice. He who only sees my body does not truly see me. Only he who accepts my teaching can see me. After my death, Dharma will be your teacher. Observe Dharma, and you will be faithful to me. In these 45 years of my life, I have hidden nothing in my teaching. There are no secrets in it, no hidden meaning. Everything has been openly and clearly taught to you. My dear disciples, the end has come. I will soon enter nirvana. This is my last instruction.